For too long, in the quiet corners of countless relationships, men were expected to simply take it. Conditioned by generations of rigid societal norms, they were told to suppress their emotions, to man up, to silently overlook problematic behaviors that chipped away at their very soul. This often meant enduring disrespect, navigating emotional landmines alone, and suffocating under the weight of an unfair dynamic. But something monumental is happening. A powerful, undeniable shift is underway. Men are finally, courageously, recognizing, articulating, and speaking out about the insidious red flags they once ignored. This isn't about finger-pointing or a battle of the sexes. It's about a profound movement towards building genuinely healthier, more balanced partnerships where mutual respect, emotional well-being, and authentic connection are no longer luxuries, but absolute necessities. By identifying these crucial warning signs early, men are taking proactive steps to advocate for their own mental peace and lay the groundwork for truly fulfilling connections. Get ready to gain invaluable insight, whether you've experienced these pressures yourself or you're simply seeking a clearer path to equitable love. We're about to expose 5 critical red flags that men are increasingly acknowledging and powerfully addressing in modern relationships, and why this seismic shift changes everything. The invisible attacks. When respect evaporates, imagine a relationship where you constantly feel like you're shrinking, where your voice is just background noise, and your very essence is picked apart. That's the reality when the cornerstone of respect crumbles. In any healthy connection, respect isn't just a polite gesture. It is the absolute bedrock upon which all trust, intimacy, and lasting happiness are built. But when a partner consistently belittles, subtly mocks, overtly trivializes, or outright dismisses your feelings, your opinions, your accomplishments, or even your mere presence, it's a glaring, undeniable sign of deeper, toxic issues festering beneath the surface. This isn't just unpleasant. It's a deeply corrosive behavior. It systematically erodes your self-esteem, chips away at your confidence, and creates an environment permeated by pervasive emotional neglect. For generations, men might have been told to toughen up, to just let it slide, or to ignore it when faced with such treatment. But that era is ending. Men are now becoming acutely attuned to these insidious patterns, recognizing that enduring such consistent disrespect is neither normal nor acceptable, and certainly not a sign of genuine love. Addressing this insidious red flag early is absolutely crucial. It is the essential step to prevent long-term emotional harm and pave the way for a truly supportive and respectful partnership where both individuals feel profoundly valued, genuinely heard, and deeply seen. But sometimes, disrespect isn't enough for a toxic dynamic. It can fuel a much darker need for control. The iron grip. When love becomes possession, there's a fine, often blurred line between a fleeting moment of natural jealousy, a pang of insecurity common to anyone, and the suffocating, destructive grip of excessive jealousy that inevitably escalates into deeply controlling behaviors. This isn't about playful possessiveness. This is about an insidious desire to own and dictate your every move. It can manifest in chillingly specific ways, endless intrusive check-ins on your whereabouts, demanding immediate access to your private messages, and phone imposing bizarre restrictions. on your social interactions with friends or family, or launching baseless, unwarranted accusations based on flimsy or even non-existent evidence. These actions don't spring from love. They spring from profound insecurity, a complete lack of trust, and a dangerous, desperate desire for absolute power over another person's life. Such controlling tactics don't just feel unpleasant. They literally suffocate a partner's autonomy, freedom, and cherished sense of self. Men are increasingly realizing that true love should never, ever equate to ownership or control. Healthy relationships are fundamentally built on a bedrock of unwavering trust, profound mutual respect, and a generous allowance for both partners to thrive individually, pursue their passions, maintain their independent identities, and flourish while growing together. When one partner holds the reins this tightly, the connection isn't love, it's a cage. But what happens when you're facing life's toughest moments, and that vital support system simply isn't there? The emotional desert, when empathy goes missing. Life, in all its messy, unpredictable glory, is full of challenges, personal setbacks, career stresses, family crises, unexpected heartaches. Navigating these storms requires a robust system of emotional support and genuine empathy from your closest relationships. But what if that system is broken? What if, when you're at your lowest, your partner consistently minimizes your struggles, dismisses your pain, or fundamentally fails to offer genuine, heartfelt empathy when you need it most? This emotional void inevitably leads to profound feelings of isolation, debilitating loneliness, and crushing emotional neglect, all within the very relationship that should be your safe harbor. For too long, many men were taught that expressing vulnerability was a weakness, that they had to shoulder all emotional burdens alone. But that outdated script is being rewritten. Men are becoming acutely aware of the paramount importance of emotional reciprocity and vulnerability in their relationships. They are actively seeking partners who can genuinely listen without judgment, validate their feelings without immediately trying to fix everything, and offer authentic, unwavering emotional support. A partner who actively engages in this type of emotional give and take doesn't just make you feel better in the moment, they contribute significantly to building a stronger, more resilient, and deeply connected bond that can withstand anything. Recognizing the consistent absence of this vital, life-sustaining support is a crucial, non-negotiable step in accurately assessing the true health and long-term viability of any relationship. But what happens when problems arise and one person consistently refuses to take responsibility? The blame game. When accountability vanishes, imagine trying to build a strong, stable structure. But every time something goes wrong, one person pretends they never touched the bricks. That's a relationship without accountability. Accountability isn't just a corporate buzzword. It is absolutely essential for personal growth, for resolving conflicts in a healthy way, and for the overall healthy development of any relationship. When a partner habitually deflects blame, consistently makes endless excuses for their actions or their glaring inactions, or outright refuses to acknowledge their mistakes, it creates a stagnant, deeply frustrating, and ultimately a profoundly damaging dynamic. This behavior doesn't just make you angry. It leads to recurring conflicts that are never truly resolved. Unresolved issues that fester like open wounds, and a complete, agonizing breakdown of trust. Men are now, more than ever, inclined to seek and demand relationships where both parties take full adult responsibility for their actions, their words, and their choices. This mutual accountability isn't about casting blame. It's about fostering genuine growth, repairing hurt, and meticulously building trust brick by brick. It creates an environment where genuine understanding can flourish, where mistakes can be learned from rather than repeated, and where the partnership can continuously improve and deepen. Without accountability, relationships are trapped in a perpetual, exhausting cycle of blame, resentment, and unaddressed hurt, never truly progressing. And then there's the most insidious tactic of all, the one that makes you question your own mind. The mind games when reality is distorted. Perhaps one of the most insidious and damaging red flags is the sinister practice of emotional manipulation, particularly its most cunning form, gaslighting. This toxic tactic involves subtly, or sometimes overtly, distorting facts, twisting past conversations, or flat-out denying events that undeniably happened, all with the chilling goal of making someone doubt their own memories, their perceptions, or even their very sanity. The terrifying result for the victim? Profound confusion, crippling self-doubt that can paralyze, and a terrifyingly diminished sense of their own reality. For too long, the insidious nuances of emotional manipulation went largely unrecognized, dismissed as just drama or overthinking. But that silence is shattering. Men are now, with increasing frequency and clarity, identifying these tactics as unequivocally toxic and severely detrimental to their mental health and overall well-being, recognizing and courageously confronting emotional manipulation, whether it's delivered overtly or with chilling subtlety, is a significant and brave step towards preserving one's psychological integrity and maintaining a grip on reality. Healthy relationships, by stark and glorious contrast, are fundamentally grounded in unwavering honesty, absolute clarity in communication, and profound mutual respect, where each person's reality is honored, validated, and never, ever questioned. Embracing awareness for healthier connections with the growing awareness among men regarding these critical red flags isn't just a fleeting trend. It marks an incredibly positive, profound, and truly transformative shift towards more equitable, more respectful, and genuinely nurturing relationships for everyone involved. By courageously acknowledging these deeply rooted issues and actively addressing them, men are not just advocating for their own emotional health and dignity. They are powerfully setting new higher standards for what constitutes a respectful, loving, and truly fulfilling partnership. This proactive approach doesn't just benefit individual well-being and personal growth. It contributes significantly to the cultivation of healthier, more resilient relationship dynamics across society as a whole. No longer is silent suffering an expectation. As men continue to voice their experiences and bravely demand better, the path towards more authentic, balanced, and truly fulfilling relationships becomes clearer and more accessible for all of us. Open communication, unwavering mutual respect, and consistent emotional support are not just abstract ideals. They are the non-negotiable pillars upon which lasting, joyful, and truly thriving connections are built. Have you identified any of these red flags in your relationships? whether past or present? How did you respond when you encountered them? And what boundaries did you establish to protect your well-being? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Your story can empower others and contribute to this vital conversation.